Can add or bump something. All right. Anywho, we're going to dive on into some black-green henge here. So the Great Henge is a card that we played a little bit of yesterday in a blue-green shell. This is definitely one of the standouts as a powerful card in the set. Questing Beast has also been an excellent card. Lovestruck Beast is really sweet alongside the Great Henge. You can turn 3 Lovestruck Beast, turn 4 Great Henge because this reduces it by 5, which is excellent. We've got some 7/6s here as well as another big beefy thing to get this into play right away. We got some Spawn of Mayhems. Growth Chamber Guardian is exceptional alongside the Great Henge because the Great Henge puts them into play with a 1/1 counter. So not only does this draw a card from the Henge, but then it gets a 1/1 counter and it draws a copy of itself as well, which is quite powerful. So let's go ahead and dive on into a constructed event with this one and see how it goes. Scholar coming in hot with the Cut the Line for the Bant Kenrith deck. Thanks for the support, I appreciate it. It'll be up right after this one. It'll be running long again today. So I'm planning to do this deck, and let's say we're gonna do at least 2 more after this. If the viewer count stays high, we'll probably do 4 or 5 more. Yep, sounds great. Paradise Druid sounds good, right? I have this Rotting Regisaur in my hand, so like getting my hand empty ASAP sounds appealing. I think I'm gonna bottom that. I just want to try and find a Great Henge. Is Beauty and the Beast a liability with no other 1/1s? Nah, I don't think so. I think just having a 5/5 that blocks is really good against the various aggressive decks in the format, and you can trim it against the control decks if that's something you're worried about. Yeah, Beast still blocks. Yep, also true. His floor is that he's a great reducer. Is exactly correct. So, do we just Questing Beast? Oh, no! Well, we're not gonna Questing Beast now. I wasn't sure if I wanted the Murderous Rider anyways, but now my clicking has made the decision for us. This is not a swamp. Turns out that is not a swamp. Okay, well, this is kind of absurd, right? Woohoo! Above average turn? Above average turn? I feel like this was an above average turn. What do we think? Not a bad turn 4. This card is great. I am confident in saying this card is great. Why? Right, Bob? It makes mana and it gains us life. It does all of the things. Yeah, it gains 2 life, Bob. The Murderous Rider lost his life. Well, I'm really glad we have Growth Chamber Guardian to pull us through the flood here. When it rains, it pours, chat. The store has been disabled for maintenance. We are release ready, chat. Magic Arena is a stable piece of software. 1.0. out of beta. Banish evil from this plane. We about to banish you, Gideon. We about to banish your ass to hell and back.
Prepare for battle.
It's like 2 mana. It's pretty good. Yeah, saying other things suck, so it's okay if this sucks is like, you want to aim to be better, not equally as bad. Be better. This card is so much better than Galta, it's kind of unreal. I would like a beauty to go with my beast, please. Alright, so I'm going to hold full control mode here. So what we can do is, in response to the Great Henge trigger, we'll fart this, so that way we get a 5/5. We're out of grab, people. And then we're out of gas in our hand, but we conveniently have a creature sitting in exile here to cast next turn. Plus, we have Castle Locthwain in play, ready to draw a card also. So, feeling pretty good. Feeling ahead. Opponent concurs that we're ahead. What do you think Noxious Grasp is good against their mono white deck? What do we think? Maybe okay. What am I cutting? Questing Beast probably isn't stellar. They don't have that many planeswalkers. It's like Galta if Galta did something. Yeah, it's a good assessment. Is it crazy to trim Paradise Druid here? My curve isn't actually that high, and my mana's pretty reasonable anyways. Head seed bad, cut it. Yeah, I agree. Card's unplayable, get rid of it. Yeah, let's try this. A great streamer once told me that the best advice while sideboarding is to cut the bad cards and bring in the good cards. That person sounds incredibly smart. You should listen to them. My grandfather's deck has no bad cards, Yugi. Kaiba, who is he talking to? I don't know. Whoever we're talking to, my deck has no bad cards. Don't be rude. Do I even want to play this? I kind of want to wait to go like Regisaur on 3 and then this on 4. I think I'm just going to pass here. Overgrown Tomb is a swamp. That's true. Magic Sausage Cat, thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. I appreciate it. This card's absurd. If you didn't think this card was good when you read it, I would take all of your magic evaluation skills and throw them in the garbage. Huh? I'd be a little conservative here. Like, I feel like the way I lose this game is like, I play this, they have a removal spell, they smack me for 5.
I walk a righteous path. I believe in you.
Beauty and the Beast. This is my 5/5. There are many like him, but this one's ready to block your Gideon. I have a casket here. I did see the rulings on Lovestruck Beast. They're excellent.
Your light will cleave the darkness.
Cleave the darkness. There's no fear in this dojo, opponent. No fear. Alright, so this currently costs me 4. Sure. I think if they want to trade their Gideon for this after it draws 1 card, that's fine. I can attack the Gideon, yes, but they have this to make a token. So they can block both of these if they want. And then use Gideon to kill this, but that's fine. We have Castle Locthwain, we've got some Growth Chamber Guardians. We got a 7/6, like. Would it Regisaur Hedge Crab be the better line? Yeah, maybe. If they don't exile the Henge this turn, if they don't exile this turn, this gets to come in bigger and draw a card next turn as a line of thinking. Is the upside there? Hey, Arano, thanks for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Are you playing against an actual bot? We're not. They're a person. Yeah. The actual answer is that, like, my opponent's playing mono white stuff, and there probably isn't a wrong way to eat this Rhesus. Yep. Thanks for letting me keep my card. I appreciate you. There's another Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, people were worried about not having enough 1/1s for this, but like 4 Lovestruck Beast with how many cards this deck sees between Once Upon a Time and Great Henge, like, I think it's fine. And I think this card plays defense well enough against these aggro decks that it's worth playing for that reason alone a lot of the time. Murder him! Settle the Wreckage is rotated, thankfully. So get out of here with that. Feel bad 2 for 1. So here's a way to think about something, Top 10 Hammer. If my opponent trades a Legion's End for my Growth Chamber Guardian and it gets another Growth Chamber Guardian that I already drew with this one, that's a 1 for 1, right? Like, it's negating my card advantage, but it's negating card advantage. It's negating card advantage. It's not actually negating. It's not actually taking cards that I had to actually draw, right? Yeah, and Great Henge doesn't mess this up because Henge doesn't give tokens, 1/1 counters. I'm going on a quest. Does Great Henge say non-human? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the full text of that card. A lot of text there. I would be surprised if something close to this isn't good. The mix of cards, the average card quality in this deck is very high, and we have a proactive game plan at our core. And those 2 things are usually a mix for success, especially early in a format. The Great Henge. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on this and draw a card. Sure, so I knew what that card did. It is non-token. Don't confuse me. Don't make me feel bad. I think I'm in for that, right? Nah, we get a lot of looks at land. That's fine. There are a lot of random non-human cards in this set. You're not wrong. Once upon a time, there was a 4th land. That's a Lovestruck Beast, though. Yeah, I'm down with the Beastly. Got better or worse? Probably better. Rankle is a really good piece of top end. Stop it, Captain Jack. So let's address Captain Jack's question directly. Captain Jack asked, any thoughts on cutting Great Henge or questing Beast? Because so many copies of a legendary is tough. Here's my question to you. How often am I going to be able to keep this card in play and not be winning the game by a metric ton? Right? As long as either of these cards is sitting in play, I'm probably winning by a lot. I'm going to be winning by so much when these cards are in play on average that it's worth drawing a second copy and having it be dead. Because I'll be winning by so much that dead copy doesn't matter. 7/6s are busted against the opponent's deck. You're not wrong. I think I'm binning questing Beast here. Maybe that's wrong. All right, chump block me, Poppy. Says this card's real good against their decks with red removal. Oh, they're a Phoenix deck. I guess that makes sense with the Electromancer, huh? So Fabled Passage is a 4 of in every deck that has basics. I think the aggressive decks only want like 2 of them, Bob. especially the aggressive decks that have temples. But Fabled Passage, some number should be in most decks, I think. Smush. Crush, crush, crush. Crush, 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 crush. Crush, 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 crush. Crush, crush. Do. I think we're discarding that one next turn, huh? Nah, no way.
I enjoy the proper application of knowledge.
A buttload is an accurate unit of measurement. I don't believe you. They have one bird in here. If they're exceptionally lucky, they could flip this bird back into play, right? Crush, Crush, Crush is in fact a song by Paramore. Wow, that's rude. Alright, play a Questing Beast. Speaking of rude, play a Questing Beast. The face is the place. Hit you. Hit your Planeswalker. Trigger. Standard rotation is like Christmas, Iggy Nasty. It's quite wonderful.
Quest of mystery.
Correct, yeah. This cannot adapt, but it already finds a friend, so that's fine. Alright, so they're an Arclight Phoenix deck. They have Arclights and Crackling Drakes. Arclights and Crackling Drakes. What do we want to play here? Is this a matchup where I'm supposed to cut Lovestruck Beast because they can frequently kill the 1/1 and he doesn't block their flying creatures? I think that's the case. I'm gonna bring in 3 trophies and a Disfigure. That seems fine. Yeah, it's Electromancer too. I'm gonna split the difference here. Just go 2/2. Giving them lands kind of sucks a lot of the time. Gives me hope for mid-range again. I mean, I think the hedge is ideal in decks like this that are a little bit more aggressive, but yeah, I guess this can be mid-rangey on occasion. At any rate, thanks for the 8 months, Dale. If you consider this deck a mid-range deck, I think mid-range is playable. Trophy does hit the twins, you're not wrong. It also kills Crackling Drake, so like, it's not exactly a freebie, but it's close. Am I ready for this? Yeah, 7/6s are just like unkillable for them, right? Just like our single best card in the matchup. So we'll want to make sure we once before... I mean... Yep. Alright, we have a plan, chat. It's not going to involve many cards staying in our hand, but it's what we've got to work with here. Take me to the candy shop. Do 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 woo. This is the yummiest candy in the blue-red matchup. Oh, a 2/3, eh? That's exciting. Or can I submit a deck with additional 10 points on it? You are more than welcome, Han Solo, to add a deck to the queue with a normal submission and then bump your own submission. Thank you for the generous tier 2. I appreciate that. Mertz Hassan, thank you for the 19 months. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Are we gonna flip a bird back into play? Nope, we are really not. I'm gonna ditch Spawn here. I'm gonna go find a land here. Oh, puppy. Oh, puppy. I forgot I was still sub tier. Well, thanks for keeping me around, Sampa. All right, so here's a real question. So I put a stop here. Do I want to play 2 removal spells in response to the discard? I do, right? I just like kill your thing, bin the Growth Chamber Guardian, attack for a bunch. Alright, attack for 15, I guess. This is all I got. Your move, Yugi boy. We actually played Yarok Field in the match as the deck right before this one, Ebens. So you can find the list that we played on my stream decker here, and it'll also be up on my website and my YouTube channel later tonight. Cool 04. Here's my giant dinos. Sounds sweet. I'm gonna grab a snack. Yogurt is so great, chat, because yogurt is secretly candy that pretends to be healthy. We have a Chobani Peanut Butter Dream Yogurt here. This stream is in no way sponsored or endorsed by Chobani, but Chobani, if you're out there, it certainly could be. Let's talk. It's not amazing, but it's fine. Needs a second green at some point, but I've got a scry and I've got plenty of things to cast, even if we don't find it. So, I think this is actually just better, right? We go Knight plus Lovestruck Beast 1/1 now. Let's do it. This is probably that Esper monstrosity, right? Now the question is, Do I play this and just hope to draw a green source? I think so. I think I'm gonna do that. All right, sure, yeah, deal. I'll take it. For Duress sounds great. Lovestruck Beast seems less than ideal against a control deck that's going to be able to kill my 1/1. I don't know if I want Trophy. We're getting some weather outside, chat. It's a storm in. It's been a while since we had a storm during the day where I live. Seems like they mostly blow through at night. Let's just do this. Call your work and tell them to send you home. I don't know about that one. I guess their deck is based around that enchantment, right? Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to bring in Brontodon and Trophy here. I can see that being fine. I don't know. It might be better to just stay aggressive too. Definitely don't have experience with the matchup, right? Yeah, an Esper deck based around the Sack Stuff enchantment won the fandom tournament yesterday. It was playing like the Sack Stuff enchantment and the Sack Stuff enchantment and the blue-white card that returns enchantments from your graveyard to play. I wonder if my opponent crashed and then just can't get back in. That happened to us earlier. Alright, so knock on wood, we've never lost power in this house while it's stormed year to date. But if the stream cuts out, it's because my power went out. Thanks, Bebo. I appreciate having you here. Is it that bad outside? What does weather.com say? Significant weather advisory for the next half hour. What does that mean? 50 mile per hour winds. Just thunderstorms and 50 mile per hour winds, you know, no big. I do not have everything on a UPS because our power's been pretty stable here. All right, I'm gonna restart Arena here really quick so that way we don't disconnect and not fail to get back in. Weather.gov is more accurate. Listen, close enough. For replacement for Twins in the Alliance deck, I don't really. That card's a pretty unique impact. I guess you could play like more Chemister's Insight. Like 30 plus mile per hour winds are like something that happened pretty frequently in the cornfields, because there's no terrain to cut the winds. This hand's great, right? Because that's a second land. This is a second land, Magic Arena. Are you listening, Arena? This is a second land. There we go. There you go. So you just gotta course occur it into it. You gotta be strong but firm. Is Ice Steve? Thanks for the half a year of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I like how I prefix the if I shut off, it's because the weather cut out with I've never lost power at my current house, and everybody's like, you need a generator, Jeff. You need a generator. Oh, Twitch chat, never change. Yikes. All right, well, we had a second land, but we don't have a third. Probably dead. Man. Drawing a 9-drop is almost exactly like drawing a land. What do you think? It's pretty close, really. All right, so how are we sideboarding? They had Gutter Bones, and they had. Is it crazy to click submit? Like, their deck probably goes bigger, right? Like, they have Knights and Gutterbones at the bottom end, but I assume they, like, scale up into things like Spawn and other bigger things. I feel like if I want removal, it's like Trophy, but I also, like, don't really know what their deck's doing 100%. And, like, our main deck's pretty proactive. So, and in general, when you're playing a proactive deck and you're uncertain with how you should be sideboarding, less is more is an ideal strategy. Just because, like, you don't wanna disrupt your primary game plan. Brontodon, see, I don't know, Detroit, like, if Disfigure's great, then Brontodon's probably fine, but I feel like there's a good chance that, like, they're going up and playing, like, Rankles and Spawns and stuff like that. So I feel like cards like that are, like, good against, like, what we died to that game where we stumbled, but they're probably not going to be good on average, I feel like. Yes, correct, yeah, UPSs are not generators. The point of a UPS is exactly what was stated there. It's supposed to give you a 2-second window to save your work and shut your computer off without the power just cutting out. Welcome to the spawn, baby. This curve's pretty sick here. Give them the talking heads. Rude. This is not a great removal spell in the aggro matchup. If they block here, I'm not gonna play Knight. I think I would have gone tapped land Knight if they wouldn't have blocked there, so I get the counter. But if I'm not getting the counter anyways, I'm just gonna put another 4/4 down. Are we going to test an Aristocrats deck with Spawn of Mayhem? Well, as always, pretty much all the content on this channel is viewer powered. So if you are interested in seeing something, always consider submitting it using the website. Especially around release time. I don't add too many things myself, just because there's when the queue's in the highest demand. Kerthunk. Yeah, if you're somewhere where your power is really unstable, being on a UPS is very helpful. So we unfortunately have to lose our knight next turn. That's not too big of a deal. We've got two giant scary boys here. Look at his little stumpy hands. He's just coming at you like, ah, ah. Give him the stumpy business. Why would... This card's not constructed playable, right? You may cast that for as long as it... Oh, I guess they get to steal it? That's cute. Sure. Still doesn't seem very good. It looks like your sub is currently up, Lighthammer, which is probably why it's not auto-syncing. You can still talk in chat, because once you've been subbed for 12 months, I let people keep the sword. For tribal, right? I'm going to decline getting the Growth Chamber Guardian because I'm casting this. And then once you resub, it can take up to an hour or two to sync because it doesn't sync automatically. Or it syncs automatically on a time schedule, so it's not instantaneous. Yeah, so I think I'm happy with the just main deck plan here. That seems pretty reasonable. I'm just going to run it back. Hey, Sunshine, doling out a sub-gifty. Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to everybody, by the way. Thanks to all 2,500 of you that are in here today. If you're a new viewer, welcome to Hooglandia. We play a ton of Constructed here. I'm live Monday through Friday, usually about 7 a.m. Central till at least 2 p.m. Central. Although for the next week or two, I'm going to be running a little bit longer than that while hype around the new set is high. McGoob, thanks for cashing in the brand new Prime support here. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month and keeping me employed. Easy mulligan there. This hand is not stellar, but I think it's a keep at 6. We'll go ahead and throw a Regisaur back. Once upon a time, there was a forest. Yikes. Man, okay, I guess we take Paradise Druid at this point, then. I definitely miss you. I'll take Amanda season break. Glad to be back. Good to have you back, Princess Silver. I appreciate it. Reaver's an interesting one that they're playing. So next turn, I'll probably 1/1 plus 5/5. I think that's the line. Yeah, Once Upon a Time's been great. Once Upon a Time is a card that it's kind of hard to evaluate the exact power level of it, just because the fixing that it creates is kind of subtly powerful in a lot of ways. But it's definitely super good. It adds an incredible amount of consistency to these decks. So I'm definitely playing this. The question is, what am I playing for my second threat? I guess if I Questing Beast and smack them, it makes this bigger, which is pretty appealing. So, like, if they have another one of these, I still have a 2/3 here, which is nice. Yeah, they're down to 11 here now. And drawing cards with this makes them, I think I'm going to 9. I think I'm going to 6. Am I going to 6? If I go to 6 here and I draw an untapped land next turn, I can go Spawn Regisaur if I hit them, which is appealing. That's not terrible either. That sucks by 3. Priest. That's a little scary. Alright, well, I mean, I guess we just take them to Pound Town at this point, right? Is attack with this too? Probably. Can I die next turn? Important question. Can I die next turn? Probably. I'm at a virtual 4 at the moment. Need Druid to double activate. Yeah, do I leave this back to double block? Probably. I think I'd rather have this back to block, actually, right? Because this is going to get bigger, most likely. Yeah, let's do this. This will be a 3/4 after this combat step, most likely. And if this isn't a 3/4, it means they're blocking with a lot of stuff, which is good for me. So I'm going to turn this into a 4/4 and then cast the other 2/2 that it gets. You could probably get away without Spawn of Mayhem. You could play, like, another Rotting Regisaur. Spawn's actually a card I'm not confident is good in here. Yeah, they're trying to figure out, like, depends on, like, what else is in their hand. So they're going to take 5 here. Because they're going to draw a card and lose life. I'm going to lose my Paradise Druid. Yeah, Rankle's not terrible top end either. It's possible Rankle's just better than Spawn in this deck, honestly. Haste is pretty busted. I actually wouldn't mind drawing a land for the turn, huh? Oh yeah, Ceratops is not a bad one. Ceratops is a generically good card. That's definitely one that should get tested in here. Ceratops over Spawn makes a lot of sense. It might just be better, honestly. Spawn is hard to cast off of Great Henge on occasion. And Ceratops having a 5th point of power rather than Spawn makes your Henge even cheaper. Huh? I think I'm gonna sack this one, huh? If I attack with all of these, they have to block 2 of them, right? Is there a difference between 3 and 4? If I draw, like, how many 1s and 2s do I have? I don't even have that many 1s and 2s, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. Like, there's any reason to activate this. That's an absurdly good card. We're getting pretty punished for my decision to sack the 2/2 Growth Chamber. So they have to have a removal spell or 2 blockers here. Or that. Good lord. Oh. So I'm dead if they have a castable creature, right? Because they get their priest back here, so they have this. If they have a 1 or 2 mana creature, we're dead. Because they get to activate priest for lethal here. It was a tight game. I feel like if I would have sacrificed the 4/4 Growth Chamber instead of the 2/2 Growth Chamber, we would have won this game. Yeah, it was good. Opponent played that well. Used the resources, and they played that well, and I made a mistake. If I'd have sacrificed the other Growth Chamber Guardian, I think I would have. I think I would have pulled through at the end there because I'd have had another creature in play, right? It's good. Good game of Magic, though. Man, that 4/5 at the end, the Cavalier, one of the few cards that can get him out there. That's pretty good. Even with my mistake. The Black Castle showing some of its awkwardness alongside the, alongside Rotting Regisaur there. Once upon a time, there was a... Oh, is it Yarok Field? That sounds exciting. Alright, well, once upon a time, there was a... it's just Growth Chamber here, huh? When was Hoaglandia founded? Well, this has been a partnered Twitch channel for 4 years now. Hoaglandia as a meme has kind of existed for a little bit less than that, though. Probably closer to 2 years. We just drop this. Super happy I played this now. The key thing to playing a matchup like this is getting a double spell turn early, which is what this is going to allow us to do now. I have not ever attended TwitchCon. I'm just going to pass priority here. Deal. I think attending TwitchCon for someone like me who someone like myself who's like not a variety streamer, like the networking options are a little bit less appealing and useful. Like I'm gonna be here streaming Magic like next year, whereas like there's a lot of other people who like need to chase the next big thing. And I do not have that issue. block plus fart this and trade these off here, which is great. You're not wrong, Bob. And thankfully, like, with some amount of historic support coming, like, that's becoming less and less of a concern, right? Like, we can basically have our own historic support at this point, since we can play a direct challenge. Huh? Do I fart this? Yeah, I think so. It makes the knight bigger too here. Hey, Bob, you're a Aristocrats fan. Did you see the Rankle card we played in the Aristocrats deck the other day? Card seems like gasoline. Simic is the Wet Farts Guild, so it only makes sense. I actually, if you check in Discord, Bob, I posted a Chandra based build closer to what we were playing last season. I think you can swing Rankle and Chandra. I don't think you can swing what's the word I'm searching for? I don't think you can swing the triple black drop in Chandra. Let's try this here. Goodbye, Felicia. Yeah, I agree. I mostly just wanted to try the triple black drop the other day. But yeah, Chandra is like pretty busted in general. I would bet this matchup's pretty good for us. Our deck's pretty good at generating double spell turns early. I think we just board in all of our removal spells here because we really just want to like keep their wolves off the table. Rotting Regisaur is pretty bad here because they could just like brazen borrow it in response to its trigger. Is it crazy to board out the Great Henge in this matchup? I feel like the card advantage from this is largely irrelevant, huh? We'll just leave like a Miser copy in. I think boarding up a bunch of removal spells makes a lot of sense. We have like 10 pieces of spot removal now. Yeah, I like that. I could play a random Disfigure or Duress here too as my last one. I don't hate that. Disfigure kills a lot of stuff they have. That is very true. And I still have some card advantage in my deck, right? Like Growth Chamber Guardian's card advantage. Yeah, I think this deck seems super reasonable. The Great Henge in general, there's definitely matches to be won finding the optimal Great Henge deck. Card's super powerful. Yep, keep. What are we and how do we figure out? Well, if that question was that easy to answer, Duran, it wouldn't be one of the harder things to do in Magic. So the answer is a lot of the time it depends. It's going to depend on what their draw looks like and what your draw looks like and how those line up into each other. There's going to be games like that last game where you have plenty of time to make sequencing decisions against your opponent. And there's going to be other times where you just kind of have to like jam and hope they don't have things. Still struggling to find content that rivals your in quality. Keep up the good work. Thanks for the 14 months. Well, lucky for you, I make a giant fat pile of content. So let's do this first before we mess this up and do the Lovestruck Beast. Almost foobarred it there. Knight of the Ebon Legion might be up there for best 2-drops ever printed. It's pretty good. Yeah, and that's part of why Henge is so good, honestly, Flame Burst. It's like, it's good against the entire spectrum, right? Like, it's good against the control decks to draw cards, but it's good against the aggressive decks to buffer your health total. Pretty elegant curve here for us, just like 1, 2, 3. It's just elementary. What could it be? Let's not attack. They have a 2/2. They have a 2/2 for 2 now. I'd rather not have this get eaten. Rude. Depends on the draw more than 75. I mean, in these matchups, it depends on the draw. Because, like, our deck has heavy removal draws, but it also has heavily interactive draws too, right? So it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Hedge is a dead card when you can't maintain your board state. Once upon a time, there was a Frilled Mystic. Boo. Boo, Frilled Mystic. This story stinks, right? Yeah, my 5/5 is just like here to give them the business, right? So like, as you will. Go. This is a good example of like, right? Like I'm making them engage on my terms here, basically, is the key to what's going on. Yeah, that would be really nice, Durox. It's actually something the what's it called game I've been playing does, the Mythgard game. I'd like to murder this one, please. Sure. Yeah, if you're someone looking for a mobile game, another mobile card game, or even another desktop game, it runs well on desktop too. Where do I want to murder that instead of Mystic? Because Noxious Grasp can only kill green creatures. So they didn't take the bait on the Growth Chamber Guardian here, so I'm just going to attack with the 5/5. If they'd have countered this, we'd grasp this and smack them with everything, so they didn't take the bait. Good for them. And this is again key. We got on the board early, and then on the turns where we're actually engaging past being on the board, we're generating double spell turns on most of these turns, which makes the opponent have a really hard time keeping up. Again, just want to use my mana every turn here. So, like, if they counter this, whatever. Now that's a pretty annoying counterspell to have happen. So... Smash. Maybe I'm supposed to jam Questing Beast there. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to jam Questing Beast there. That's true. Frilled Mystic would suck for Questing Beast. So this leaves me dead to a bounce spell, which is unfortunate. Maybe I'm not supposed to attack with my 1/1s there. So did Borrower and Unsummon. stone cold nothing. The Flash deck has just been super unimpressive every time we've played against it, and every time we've played it. All the iterations of the Flash decks have been kind of medium. You got a few of those coming up in the queue again, so we'll see how they feel next time we play them, but been really unimpressed with that archetype so far. Feels like the average card quality is just incredibly low. Oh, look, we have a snow fox. Chat, we didn't name our fox, chat. What should we name the fox? What do we think? We named the cat Buddy because we got the cat instead of a friends list. Buddy 2. I will be streaming all day tomorrow. I'm planning to go live about 7 a.m. tomorrow, just like normal. Just like I do during the week. What does the fox say? I think I want to... Nah, I'm going to bottom this. Let's just go for a bigger card. If this doesn't hit, I don't have a 3-drop next turn, so like the thought is maybe I'm supposed to keep this to guarantee to have a play next turn. We should call him Crash. That's his name. Crash is his name. The fox has been named Crash. I'm in on Crash. That's excellent. Crash the fox. We got Buddy the cat and Crash the fox. Crash is an excellent suggestion. Ooh, they are a Field of the Dead deck. Interesting. We're going on a quest. This doesn't get bigger till there's 3 lands in the graveyard. Yeah, it's a lot of lands. I guess they could theoretically, wow, okay, sure, don't take your free block, deal, Areno. I guess with Fabled Passage, this card's probably a little better, huh? Because Fabled Passage helps you get lands in the bin. From Crash Bandicoot to Crash Oops Reboot. Ray House in the house. Here, have some free Bezo dollar dues to the best MTG streamer on the platform. Prime 1-day shipping is OP. We do get Prime 1 day on some stuff now. I'll protect you. Will you protect them, Tefri? Will you really? So they're obligated to jump block here? Because otherwise they die? Questing Beast is going hunting, chat, and he is hungry. He is hungry for some Tefri. Trigger. Chomp. Woohoo! It feels good to stomp on Greedy Golos decks. It might be my favorite thing. Stomping on Greedy Golos decks might be my favorite thing. These are a few of my favorite things. This is a Duress matchup. This is probably a Duress matchup, huh? So the play queue is historic if you pick a deck that's historic legal, is how it works. So the unranked queue is standard if you submit a standard deck, and it's historic if you submit a historic deck. It is not abundantly obvious that that's the case, just by looking at the client, but that is how it works. Do I want Lovestruck out? I guess Lovestruck, the token gets bounced by Teferi. All right, yeah, I'd buy that for $1. Oh, Duress, not Disfigure. I like that. I like that. We drew Henge in a few of the earlier games. But honestly, it's a testament to how good the average cards are in this deck on average to me, that like we're winning games where we're not drawing our namesake card, right? Like that's something I'm always thinking about when I'm testing these different decks. Like how good's my Yarok deck when Yarok doesn't show up? How good's my Alliance deck when Alliance doesn't show up, etc. Labinsky, thank you for the quarter of year support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. They are very good, Burgle. Yeah, standard are historic legal, but if they contain historic cards, they put you in the historic queue. So you can't play a historic match with a deck that's standard legal, is basically how it works right now. Which technically isn't the case in reality, but it's how it works on Arena. Alright, so... Man, all of these cards kind of suck. I was looking for some beef here, right? Yeah, I think it is just Murderous Rider. We were definitely hoping to draw some beef there, though. Where's the beef, chat? Where's the beef? Floppity! Thank you for the third of a year support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Dedabur coming in hot for the 16th month. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your weekend. Happy Friday. Veil of Summer, Time Wipe. Let's take that one away, so we can take the Time Wipe later. This was, yeah, we found beef located, chat. Oh no, wait, that was perfect. What am I doing? I have a thing for the Henge. Sorry, talking and clicking is a dangerous combination. That was actually the perfect card to have, and I just threw it away. It'll be fine. We're gonna be okay. Just draw another one, right? Yeah, what am I discarding here? So they have, the thing is they have a Yarok. So do I need to, I think I need to save this to kill the Yarok, right? No, I need to duress the Time Wipe, chat. So I know what's in their hand. For fuck's sake. Brutal. Brutal. Apologies. I generally try to keep the stream PG in language. We're going on a quest. Thunk. What is your quest? Hey, guess what, chat? You know what doesn't block Questing Beast? Risen Reef. What is your quest? To find a playable Grixis deck. Ain't that the truth? If that's not the God's honest truth, I don't know what is. Keyword soup. I choose you. Alright. Quite the spectacle we're making here. This is all I got. Your move. And we got Wrath here, right? Like, we Duress them, and they had Wrath anyways. We just like, nah, bro, it's fine. Keep dumpstering you. It's true. It's not all we've got. There's a lot more where that came from. If they draw another Wrath here, we're just like, hedge, drop Guardian, draw a card, spawn, draw a card, go again. Just like constant flow of pressure. Yeah, just for the record, people have asked if 4 hedge is too many. It's really not. Play 4 of them. This is unblockable currently, so not quite sure what the plan is. Ugh, crushing Golos decks gives me life. Crushing Golos, look at that, 2,100 gold and 80 gems. We high roll in. Pseudo Panda, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that, welcome, thanks for keeping me around. Well, this deck's definitely going on the website. Gonna need to get some art for this one. One thing I'm not 100% certain on with this list is I think there's a chance that this is better than Spawn of Mayhem. This also comes in foil, which kind of makes it a strict upgrade. Mastery system. Yeah, I like this core a lot. Flying's nice, but black can be tough. And this thing having a 5th point, I don't think that's true, Burgle. I think being able to cast Murderous Rider is important. And like I have plenty of green, right? Like I've got 8. I guess I'm only on 15 green. Yeah, I guess I'm currently on 16 black and 15 green. I could probably, if we did this, flip it in the other direction very reasonably. Yeah, I think that's probably acceptable. I don't know, it's close, because, like, my only 1-drop is black. It's pretty marginal either way. Stop it. Pelt Collector is a really bad card, and this card is great. You're playing Knight regardless of your distribution of stuff. Rankle's an interesting card. The problem with Rankle is that it doesn't have a lot of power from Henge, but it's also just like a random hasty evasive threat, so I could see this being reasonable just because it's an individually pretty powerful card. The Green Castle is bad. The Green Castle is probably fine somewhere, but it's not good in an aggressive deck. I'd much rather have a castle that randomly draws me cards. At any rate, if you're looking for a great shell to slam this in, I definitely liked this black-green shell more than the blue-green shell we played yesterday. All right, we've got plenty more decks coming up today. I am going to run to the restroom and get this next deck loaded up in the queue, though, because we had to cut the line for Bant Kenrith. So don't go anywhere, folks. Thanks for hanging out. We got a few more hours.